Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to this training topic in SAP HANA, that is the architecture for SAP HANA. In this topic, we will talk about few major items about the architecture. First thing is we will talk about the HANA packaging. Okay, so how the HANA product is packaged. So that is one major area that we are going to cover, HANA packaging. Next thing is we will talk about the different HANA scenarios. Okay, and finally we'll talk about the different deployment options. That is, what all the options you have as an architect, what you can recommend to your organization to adopt. So these are the three major scenarios that we will cover along with the general architecture for this. Okay, so let's get into the details of it. So first thing is, before we get into the architecture in detail, let's see the hardware aspect of it first, and then we will get into the other aspects of SAP HANA. Okay, so let me take you to the next page. Okay, so now let's talk about the hardware and software architecture of SAP HANA. So we will cover hardware and software aspect. Okay, so if you look at the architecture, you will find that this is made up of multi-core. So first thing is multi-core architecture. Okay, so what that means, that you can have massive parallel scaling with many blades running in parallel. Okay, it could be that you have, let's say, 8 CPU per 10 core per blade. So you will get the power of 8 into 10, that is 80 CPUs. Okay, and they are running in parallel. Each is having 10 cores. So what this will provide is, this will provide massive parallel processing. So what will happen is that massive parallel scaling with many blades in at the same time. So what this will does is that, let's say that you have one table. Okay, this table is, let's say it's 2000, or let's say it is 10 terabyte. Okay, so this table is of 10 terabyte. So this 10 terabyte table, if this gets loaded in 5 different nodes, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes, each having 2 terabyte each. Okay, so this read is taking place, this processing is taking place in 5 nodes at the same time. So you are utilizing the power of all of them at the same time to process. And this way you can keep on multiplying, and that gives you even better performance. So this is called as, this feature we call it as stable distribution. across blades or across nodes. So your one table, which is of 10 terabyte, is distributed across 5 nodes of 2 TB each. Okay, so this is multi-core architecture aspect. So what that does is that you can have so many terabytes of space running in read in parallel, processed in parallel, that will give massive parallel scaling. Okay, so that is the multi-core architecture aspect. Next thing is, as you may know, now we are in 64-bit address space. So this gives more capacity. We can hold more numbers. So this can hold 2 terabyte in one system. Okay, so let's see it in a diagram format again. So you have different, so we saw that it is having so many L3 caches are there. Okay, so multiple of them are there which is running in parallel. So you can see that you have the number of CPUs, the number of cores that is running. Okay, and this L3 cache that is there, so this in turn does the different processing. So what processing can be done here? You can have OLAP and OLTP, okay, in column store. Next is you can have partitioning. That is, you can create different partitions. Okay, partitioning, as we saw in the previous slide, you have one 10 terabyte table, or let's say it's 8 terabyte table. You have divided that into 4 different parts of 2 terabyte each. Okay, next main feature is insert only on delta. Okay, so what is happening is there, whenever there is a change, so this change will be very minimal. Okay, so you have this, you have changes coming in, but the changes will not be too much. Okay, then next major feature is no aggregate tables. Okay, so you are doing dynamic aggregations. So dynamic aggregation is taking place. That is no aggregation, no aggregate tables you are storing. This saves you a lot of time and space. And next thing is you can achieve massive compression as well here. Okay, so you can see that these are the benefits which is coming in as part of this. And you have at the disk level, you can use your solid state disk, you can use your flash drives, you can use your HDD. Okay, so what is happening is that this provides opportunity to redesign the database to reduce the latency. So what has happened is, with this particular redesign, the transaction, okay, the transaction is what? Your OLTP. Okay, so this transaction and your OLAP, so this is one piece. Your OLAP, that is analysis. Next thing is your accelerators, because you don't need a separate accelerators like BW and all. Okay, so your accelerators, all this you used to have previously, now you can have a single HANA box replacing all three of them. Okay, so previously you had one transaction, you do an ETL from here. Okay, and then you analyze that, and again you transfer that into an accelerator to speed up this. With respect to that, you have SAP HANA now. Okay, so this is providing all this functionality in one box. So whatever you require is available here. So previously you had 3 copies of data, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you have different data latency, you had poor innovations leading to wastage of lot of components, like latency was there, you are using lot of disk and all. Okay, but here you are eliminating all that. So you have less hardware to manage because you have a single copy of data here. Okay, then you are eliminating the complexity of managing so many systems and eliminating the latency at different places. Okay, so what you are achieving here is you are achieving here is simplified OLAP and OLTP. So you are achieving OLAP, OLTP in columnar format. Okay, so this is your simplified structure here. And for end-to-end processing, how this provides the end-to-end processing here is that you can have things like predictive analysis, machine learning, prescriptions, operational analytics, everything can be converged here. So let me show you a diagram from SAP on those lines. So here is the statement from the originator of SAP HANA product. Okay, what it says that need to eliminate redundant data copies, materialization and models. You can see that the redundant copies is here, it's here, it's here, and you are eliminating them. Okay, and you are coming up with a common database approach for OLTP and OLAP using an in-memory columnar database. So this is helping to simplify the data and application processing. And it is helping to enable the real-time computing design pattern across the software architecture. Okay, you can see that you can do end-to-end data processing here. Okay, and this is your application processing. You can optimize that here. So this is all is possible using SAP HANA's power and its capability in terms of simplification of the architecture for OLAP, OLTP, and the format for the database. Okay, the database here is, if you notice that this is mainly in the columnar format, but there are few tables like master data, which is still in the row format. Okay, but that data is extremely small in size. So that is about the data processing aspect of it. Now let's get into the other aspects for for this. That is, it is not only a database platform. You can do numerous other things using SAP HANA. So what are the other things which can be done from here? Let's see them one by one. So here you can see that this is your HANA database. Okay, so if you notice that this database is here, and here is your, this is your any of the monitoring tool. You can have your BI suite connected here. Okay, it can be any of your reporting tool. This is your SAP business suite, and it could be your BW system, that is BW system using HANA as the database. Okay, and you can connect it from third party as well using the different open connectivity, using R, using MDX. Okay, and within HANA, if you see this particular, in this HANA platform itself, you can see that you can get the data inside using replication. So which are the replication tools you can use? You can use SLT, you can use Sybase, event streaming processor, ESP. Okay, you can use data services here, BODS. Okay, then you can see that in HANA platform there are other capabilities apart from this database capability that we know about. You can see that this is having business functions. There is a library for predictive analysis. Okay, there is a search engine is there. Okay, so you can see that there is an application, that is access engine is there. Okay, so you can do text mining here. You can store your procedures and data models for all of them. Okay, and you can see that the input is not only the transactional databases. You can have unstructured database processed from here. You can integrate it with Hadoop. You can replicate the data in real time, and you can get the data from different other sources which may or may not be SAP sources. And also you can straight away connect it to the mobile devices as well. You can connect it to your laptop, cell phone, iPads. Okay, so that is the kind of flexibility which is there, and all of this you can do it in real time. Okay, so that is the value add you get it. So all of this happens in real time. Okay, so next we will continue with our software packaging in the next slide or next training session. So that is where we talk about this component called software packaging. Okay, if I go back, and this item we will continue with this item in our next training session. Thank you for joining me, and have a nice day. Bye bye.